This is Drew, and I'd like to welcome you back to Fragrantonomics. The fragrance we're going to talk about today is by Chris Collins, and it's called African ROOIBIOS. As usual, we're going to do a deep dive and or first impression into the fragrance right after we come back. Welcome back, and once again, I'd like to thank you for dropping by my channel, and I hope to see you back again in future episodes to come. If you find any value in the information offered, please consider subscribing to the channel, and also hit that like button so that the algorithm will help push the video out and so that you don't miss any future episodes. Let's talk about this Chris Collins. Now, this particular one, I didn't buy the whole bottle. I went out to Nordstrom's, basically picked up a sample because I wanted to put it on my channel. Because when I put my nose on it, it was very interesting. But I want to go over with you all and see what you all think. Let's go ahead and get it sprayed up. Put a couple of spurts on here. And let it dry down right now. I can tell you right now, this particular one, right up top, I can smell it already. It's got a tea-based fragrance. That ROOIBIOS tea seems to come right off the top. It's very interesting. It smells like a citrus type tea. That's what I'm getting before I even get it up to my nose. It's a very interesting fragrance. I don't know if you're into tea-based fragrances. I am in certain instances or whatnot, but I thought this one was real interesting. Right off the top, like I said, you're gonna get that ROOIBIOS tea, that bergamot, and a little bit of black pepper, but not a lot. It's real smooth. It seems like this particular fragrance should be more sweet, but in all actuality, it's not. It's like it's sweet, but it's not. It has a bitter tea type fragrance. I'm sorry, bitter tea type scent that comes off the very top with some type of citrus, which is supposed to be bergamot. But to me, it smells like it has even more in it. But I'm gonna go with what it says. ROOIBIOS tea, bergamot, black pepper, which is super light. The pepper is super light, and the cardamom. You're gonna get that up top. But the tea, to me, that bitter sweet tea is what seems to come off the top more than anything else. And it definitely has some other scents in it once you put it closer to your nose. It has the mid nose, had that tea and orange root. I think that tea is right up top with it, but it almost smells like I want to say Lipton tea, because Lipton tea smells kind of generic and cheap. It smells like an expensive type of tea with bergamot or some citrus squirrels over in it or whatnot. That's really what I'm getting. And then it has a base to it that gives it more, because it tends to develop into more than just a tea. Because I don't want to give you the impression that it's just tea in a cup. That's not what this is. But right off the top, I'm not gonna lie, that expensive tea with the citrus does come off the top. Now the bergamot kind of sits back in the back a little bit with that orange root. And as it develops, you start to get a little bit of the cedar tonka bean type deal going on. But the tonka to me is super light in the background. Basically, that gives it a backbone, a little bit of girth or whatnot, so it doesn't just smell like you just took a tea bag and just squoze it on your skin. It's not that at all. But the closer I get it to my nose, the base notes definitely do come out with the cedar tonka bean. I don't know what Immortelle smells like, so I'm not even gonna get into that. Because this is more of a rich, expensive tea with a creamy background going on. I'm trying to make sure I can describe it so that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. This particular one, to my nose, this is more of a spring summer type deal, because even though it has a little bit of backbone, this is a light fragrance. This, to me, you would probably have to put 10 sprays on to actually get the fragrance to come out. I put a couple of sprays on when I was at, if I'm not mistaken, it was Nordstrom's. Had to be Nordstrom, where I picked this particular fragrance up and I wore it. And it seemed to stay, I put it on my arm actually, it seemed to stay on my skin probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. I could still, from my arms, I could pick it up as my arms were swinging, so to speak. But after about that 3rd hour, it kind of brought itself back probably to a skin set. I don't see this particular fragrance going any further than as far as projection. They'll probably give you maybe a 2-foot sillage, and that's where you put 8 to 10 sprays on. But it's a very interesting tea. It's not like something like Oolong Cha. It's not that at all. It goes in its own direction. But it definitely smells like, to me, it almost smells like new money. It's interesting the way it comes across. This particular one, I don't think it's blind buy worthy, because this one is gonna go by what your particular chemistry is. I think that's what's gonna basically tell if this particular one is something that you would like or whatnot. This is not for everyone. Like I said, this particular spring, summer, maybe in the fall, but it's definitely not gonna work in the winter time. It doesn't have enough girth. It's a super thin, expensive tea with some type of, with the citrus in it, with the bergamot. That's just it. Like I said, the cardamom and the pepper is definitely there to kind of give it a more of a cologne type deal, but it's, so it just doesn't smell like tea. But probably, like I said, the summer's probably when it's gonna shine the best. This particular fragrance, I think you can dress it up. You could kind of mid-dress this, but at the price point of $160 to $180, you know, and the way the fragrance comes off, it's so clean and crisp and clear. I think that this is more of a dress up to mid-dress fragrance. That's what basically comes across to my nose. But you're gonna have to overspray. If you have a suit jacket on, you're gonna have to lay it on. I would probably say 5 or 6 in the back, so you leave a little bit of a sillage. Probably a couple on your pulse points, obviously a couple on your arms, whatnot. That's 8 to 10 right there. You're gonna need that to start if you want to have any type of presence, leave any type of scent trail. Because this right in particular, to me, it just doesn't project well. It's within a 2-foot radius, that's it. And then after that 3rd hour, you're gonna probably have to keep your decant to refresh it. Best place to buy, be honest, I saw it, you know, at like I said, it was Nordstrom's, I think it was. I keep forgetting the name of the place, but I'm pretty sure it was Nordstrom's, whatnot. I see it online in a few places, but $160 to $180 is pretty much what this particular fragrance runs. That's just it. So I can't give you the best place to buy, but I want to put this on my channel because the fragrance is just so interesting. It's like nothing that I've smelled before. It's not nothing that I've experienced. But if you're into a tea-based expensive fragrance, but it smells expensive, something you want to dress up and smell a little bit different, this may be the one for you. And with that, I'll see you at the next one.